Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to episode 3 of Trust Me, I'm Not an Expert podcast. Today, we got a little spice for you.
Did you see the movie?
Which one?
Black Adam.
Yeah, I saw it. Did you see it?
I saw some of it.
You saw some of it. Okay.
It's a long story.
Listen, would you call Black Adam a great movie?
No.
Okay. All right.
Would you call me off guard?
Would you call Black Adam a good movie?
No.
I would say depends on what your definition of good is.
Nah, my definition says no.
Okay.
All
right. Then you will be accurate because I'm just going to spoiler alert everyone. I'm going to give that movie like a 6 out of 10. Now, is it bad?
No, it's not a bad movie.
But it's definitely not good.
It's not a good
movie. I got to be honest with you, Rock.
Dwayne.
I've been entertained by you for a couple of decades now. Mm-hmm. And for you to say this is the role that you've been waiting to play.
And you know he's been talking about this shit for like 9 years.
For you to say this, I just got to say, man, what?
He's been talking about this shit for like 9 years.
That's the word I have for you. What? That's the word. Because, listen, man, as someone as charismatic and
he's become a good actor.
And just, you know,
a good person.
Just overall just talkative, vibrant personality that The Rock is. This version of Black Adam that they decided to just land on in this movie, he's just very silent, stoic, doesn't really say much. It's borderline like he has to act with his face, but you're The Rock, so you haven't really learned that level of acting yet. And it's just an odd choice.
Right.
You know?
No, it is an odd choice.
That being said, the movie is entertaining. I had fun watching the movie. I didn't feel like I wasted my money. I mean, there's some great action. It's funny at times. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have a good time at the movie. However, will you be left? Huh?
I was about to say, do you feel like you would be missing out if you didn't go see this in theaters?
No. Okay. You will not feel like you missed out on anything.
Okay.
All right? Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure the one thing in that movie that you feel like you're missing out on got leaked on YouTube a couple of days before, and that was the after credit scene.
Right, and I saw that too.
Yeah. So, no. Overall, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. Wait for it to be on HBO Max in a couple months. You'll be happy.
Also, DC is still HBO Max?
Oh, yeah. This is WB Discovery, and that's HBO Max.
All right.
So all DC properties will be there. And yeah, man, don't waste your $16. Waste it on a good movie like Wakanda Forever.
Look, they can't mess that up. It's so much at stake. For one, I know they're not gonna mess it up. I'll just go out and say it. They're not gonna mess it up. But as far as can they mess it up? No. How could you?
Well,
it's Ryan Coogler and his brother, so that's pretty bulletproof already.
Yeah, they got it. And everyone in the cast knows what's up.
Right.
Everyone brought their stuff and, you know, they wrote into the death themselves. Like they wrote into it. They didn't recast anything.
Right.
So
it's heavy.
We're all gonna get our tissue. We're all gonna feel some things. And I'm not worried about that movie missing.
No, not at all.
To me, I feel like because the way that Wakanda is insulated in the MCU universe, the Black Panther movies are insulated from your and I's opinion or anyone else. All right, they are separate. You can't touch them.
Right.
They issue the vibranium in different ways. All right.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So going back to Black Adam, listen, people. If you like The Rock, if you like action, and if you're okay with having a good time in the movie, go see it.
Yeah.
It's fine, but please believe that if you're looking for some kind of greatest superhero movie of all time, if you were looking for a plot that makes sense, if you're looking for anything that was above good,
right? Because
you're not going to get that. Just want to let you know.
It's one of the movies where the best part of the movie is everything before the third act. The third act falls flat on its face.
You know what it is, Ice?
About what?
The issue with Black Adam is, I think that if they would have just done something simple like introduce the audience to Black Adam's character as a villain, first, like, I don't know, make him the villain in
Shazam.
In Shazam that's coming up.
Because that's how it was in the comics.
Right. Then maybe
Billy Batson.
We wouldn't have to waste all this time on this dumbass story that they gave us in the Black Adam movie. Not to say that all of it was dumb, but some shit just didn't work. It just fell flat on its face. And
to pander to the people that you are the hero. I didn't come here to be a hero. I came here to see action, right? But the reason why they're not gonna have him as the villain in Shazam 2, like in fucking Dwayne Johnson's, because I'm not gonna call him Brock, in his contract, he has to win and he has to not be the bad guy. That's why even in fucking Fast and Furious 5, when he was chasing down Toretto in his game, he let them go, even though he lost.
Got it. Okay.
That's
so this is pretty much rocking his bullshit.
He has to be the good guy. That's his brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in conclusion, we have just solved the problem with Black Adam. It was doomed from the start because The Rock decided to play it.
Right.
And he cannot
be a bad guy.
Lose.
He cannot not lose, and he can't be the bad guy.
Okay. All right. And I mean, and to be fair, Black Adam, when we first meet him, villain.
Right.
But he's really more of an anti-hero.
He's more anti-hero.
And I can do anti-hero. That's fine. But this one, like, the movie continuously beats you over the head on some, like, I'm not a hero. I'm not a hero. I'm not, like, dude, we get it. You're not a hero.
Actually, you aren't a hero. You are a murderer.
And that's fine.
It's not.
I'm cool with it. It's entertaining.
It's not.
But listen,
It's not. It's not cool.
You know what, Ken? What else is not cool? Another movie that comes out and tells me that, you know what the true hero is?
Ooh.
The magic between you and me. We're the heroes, Ken.
Yo.
Listen, I don't need another movie telling me this. You don't gotta write that, Hollywood, if you're ever listening.
And I know the kids are there. And I know the kid money has been spent, but please.
Listen, if the kids are there, I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit disturbed and confused. The death count in this movie is kind of high.
That's what I'm saying. He's a murderer.
I
don't even know how they fuck around and got away with this.
Because it's not a lot of blood. I don't think there's any blood. That's why. If there was any blood, there would have been.
But for a fact, if I throw you up and I see your body come down, you're dead. I don't care what age you are.
That was kind of funny though.
You're dead.
It was kind of funny.
Everybody saw it.
You know what, Ice? We're about a week into the NBA. A little bit more.
Right.
And I think it's a perfect time to do a little overreactions.
Some knee slappers.
Yeah, man. I want to start here.
What?
Teams that didn't get the email. They didn't get the message.
The tank email or the be good email?
Whatever. Like, there are expectations put on some of these teams.
Good or bad.
And they have not met said expectations in spectacular fashion. I want to start off with San Antonio.
Man, what the fuck are they doing?
They're 3-1.
Why? Why? You trade everybody. You let everybody walk. Why? Why are you winning?
They're supposed to be tanking.
Why are you playing hard?
I thought they wanted Victor Wembanyama.
No, I know for a fact they wanted.
But the 3-1, they probably could have been 4-0.
They could have been 4-0.
And it's not looking good for the tankathon on their end.
And I can't name 2 players on their team.
Do it, because I can't.
I can't.
Can you name one?
No. Greg Popovich.
Portal. That's his name? Pirtle. Yes. Sorry. Your name's not Portal.
That don't count.
Yeah. Fargo.
Yeah, Fargo.
Is that his name? Yeah, nailed it. All right.
2.
Who else didn't get the memo though? Utah.
Fucking Utah.
Utah didn't get the memo.
And it's too many guys who got something to prove on their team.
You want to know what it is?
What?
Marketing.
How?
Marketing been balling since Eurobasket.
Nah, I mean he did look good in Eurobasket too.
So that's just carrying over, man.
And you know what it was? It was the Cavaliers getting out of his way because they wasn't there.
Letting them cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let Laurie cook.
I'm not really buying the Kelly Olynyk stock. I don't know if he was holding that.
He's holding that. Actually, that's been there. That's been there.
You been holding on some Kelly Olynyk stock?
Look, as a Piston, you had to deal with him. Him and Blake at the 4 and 5, that was a thing. But
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I didn't buy my real estate in Detroit yet.
You wasn't in the market yet.
Wasn't buying Kelly Olynyk stock. Sorry, but for all you Kelly Olynyk holders, good job.
That's why he's in the league.
You know what it is, Ice?
What?
If I'm Danny Ainge, I'm thinking tank-inception.
Oh shit!
Like a tank within a tank, right?
Right.
My players that have something to prove that were supposed to be losing me games are winning me games.
Right.
So then they become higher level assets. I trade them again for more assets.
And we're in level 2 tank inception.
It's a tank within the same season, and there might be another tank at the trade deadline. What do you think?
I see the connection between Leo and Danny where sometimes you got to go off the deep end. And the only way you can get back is a kick. Yep. So what I did there.
What does that mean? I got you.
I don't even know if this is not a dream. All right. This might be.
We're tanking right now.
This might be level 1. All right. You build the dream and then you put the mental inception in it. All right.
Yeah.
And that's where Utah.
You hear that, Utah? Mm-hmm. It's not real. Moving on. Who else didn't get the memo? Dame in Portland. I'm pretty sure the consensus from everyone was that the Portland was going to be a play-in team, barely.
But is that because Dame is actually healthy?
I think that people thought Dame would not be the same Dame before, and they forgot that Dame was not been playing healthy for a year and a half, and that's why those memos have got sent out. But they're 4-0.
And he's actually a jump shooter, so I don't think he's going to lose too much from the injury.
I mean, I think it's because he was playing so much through the injury that people kind of thought like he was slipping. But
no, he just never was 100%.
They got too much wings and too much defense, and Anthony Simons is pretty good.
Yeah, he looks like Dame 2.0.
I mean, to me, when Nurkic eventually gets hurt, that's when they'll stop it.
You say that every year,
bro. He's gonna get hurt.
He get hurt.
Yeah, he gets hurt all the time. And
don't you bring KP into this?
KP gets hurt all the
Don't
time.
you bring KP into this?
He gets hurt all the time. But you know what? Who does get hurt? Christian Wood, and he's here to do what everything KP couldn't. All right.
Please follow us on Twitter. Trust me, I'm not an expert. I had to retweet somebody reacting to the actual Christian Wood Luka dunk. On the actual Twitter, somebody tweeted, "Wood is strong and long."
Whoa.
Hella retweets.
Whoa.
I get it, but pause, okay? Major pause. And she's a woman. I still was like, whoa, pause. Ma'am, are we talking about basketball?
For her, she's like, I meant it.
Facts. Are we talking about basketball? Anyway.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
A little personal.
Even though the Mavs have lost 2 games out of the 3 by a whopping 4 points total.
Is that Jason Kidd's fault or is that the Mavs fault?
First one's definitely Jason Kidd's fault.
Against Phoenix?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what I should do? Take Christian Wood out. Were you getting killed on the inside? I'm going to go small.
Right. I'm going to cap his minutes. Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
he was destroying them.
cut it out.
He was destroying them.
16 straight points. And he was like, yeah, I don't need it. Sit down. Cleaver, get in there. Like, listen, I love Maxey.
I love Maxey like a born brother.
Maxey does not do what Christian Wood was doing to Phoenix, okay? And the game the other night.
Against New Orleans.
That
in New Orleans with no fucking Zion, no B.I., and no
Herb Jones.
Yeah, Herb.
Yeah.
It's a lot of points missing.
Apparently not.
Yeah, this motherfucker was lighting it up.
Scored like 70 points in the first half, some shit like that.
It was 66-64 at the half.
Terrible.
40-point first quarter from New Orleans.
Terrible.
From bums. Because CJ didn't even have it going.
No. It was... I'm still a little upset about it. But I'm not bitter. It's a little upset.
I am
There's
upset.
a difference.
And Luka was getting busy. And Spence was getting busy. And then, if I look at last year, anytime Spence got busy, that was a dub.
Right.
So I pretty much, once he got going, I was like, oh, okay, we're back. So for us to lose that, you say that was J. Kidd fault?
That one, I can put it on J. Kidd fault too, yeah. Because if you notice in the last quarter, he took Christian Wood out again. And then we immediately lost. We immediately gave up
fucking minutes
points,
cap.
And then he put him back in after that.
It's a minutes cap. They're doing this whole, like, we gonna save him.
From what?
He ain't never been hurt.
Yeah, I know. Save him from what? Well, let's not do that.
And he's not old.
I just think it's a kid trying to work out the kinks on the lineup.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a steady Jalen Brunson to cover all that now.
I do want some Jalen Harden minutes.
Surprising that, you know what it was?
I want some.
You want to know what it was?
What?
It was the, what's his name? Campazzo?
Yeah.
It was.
He stole the minutes?
Campazzo. Like, Campazzo played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, double. And
I didn't understand why. He did pretty much nothing out there.
Damn near 15 minutes. And
he did nothing. I'm like, so we not going to play our rookie? We're not going to play Frank Ntilikina?
Frank was hurt.
Frank was hurt?
Yeah.
You need to play the kid. Play Harden.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wanted Jalen Harden minutes.
Yeah, play the kid. I'd rather you play the kid than...
Or just be like, hey, Josh Green, you got the green light. If you're going to stink this bitch up, go. We need to know.
Okay. Okay.
Jalen Green is my light-skinned Roddy B. All right?
Okay. He's your Australian brother from another mother?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've bought in. It's like, I don't care...
Crikey.
How bad down under it gets. I'm for it.
You know who else is down under, Ken?
Philly. Fucking bums.
They didn't get the memo. They're supposed to be good.
Bro, they're bum. Like, Doc Rivers might be a coach for like another 13 minutes.
I think Doc Rivers is such an institution that they won't blame him for this.
He got to do something, bro.
He does, but he won't. So what's going to happen is that they're going to win a certain amount of games whenever the team gets in shape. And when they start playing defense again, they'll win their games. They're not going to beat the better teams. And they'll finish at like the 4th or maybe 5th seed.
I'm not giving them that much credit in the East right now.
You don't think they'll finish 4th or 5th?
They're playing. They look bad.
Okay.
They look bad. And as good as... I'm getting a blank. What's the center's name?
I'm getting a blank too. Damn. Hold on. I'm going to consult Google because this is a live podcast. And that's what I do.
Yeah.
Philly 76ers.
Yeah, as good as he is, I'm still not completely sold.
Joel Embiid.
As good as Joel is, like...
You know, as soon as I saw his face, his name came to me. Hilarious.
Yeah, your man. Color, shapes, objects, hands-on, sounds. Yeah, it's not verbal. And Tyrese Maxey is a star. I like the kid.
Is he a star with James Harden?
Oh no,
in his development.
No, he's a star without the ball because James Harden is dribbling the air out that bitch. But he's still a star.
I'm a little disturbed by the dribble that's been occurred back again.
If I'm PJ Tucker, I'm having like PTSD.
If I'm PJ Tucker, I'm comfortable. I'm like, I know what to do in this situation. All the rest of the motherfuckers should be panicking
But he's not Harden from 17.
I don't even think. But Harden is actually looking good from a actual health and movement standpoint.
I think he's looking better than the Harden from the last 2 seasons. No doubt.
But the issue, in my opinion, is that it's almost like they don't know what the fuck they want to do on offense.
And that's Doc Rivers' fault.
Yeah. And I'm just saying Doc Rivers won't get blamed until it's too late. But they're currently in 11th in the Eastern Conference. So,
play in at best.
You called it. Who else is going to be playing at best at this point? I'm saying Miami Heat. They're 1-3.
I'm not worried about Miami.
Why aren't you worried about Miami?
Because Coach Spo is a real coach.
As opposed to Doc Rivers, who's a fake coach, right?
He's not a fake coach. Like,
he's not a good coach.
Whatever tactics he has have run its course in Philly.
Got it. I don't even think he brought any new tactics to Philly. I think it was just Joel Embiid just being the MVP.
And that roster's bad.
For Philly?
Yeah, that's a bad roster.
Okay. So
I've given up on Tobias Harris.
So the Heat have lost to so far. They've lost to the Bulls. Mm-hmm. They've lost to the Celtics. Mm-hmm. They have lost to the Raptors, and then they beat the Raptors. Similar to Philly, they have lost to 2 top teams in the East.
Man,
they both lost to Boston.
The Heat smacked around the Pelicans, though. That's interesting.
That was a preseason game. That don't count.
Oh.
Okay. Season starts here.
Gotcha.
So, not worried?
Not worried.
Right now? Just like, they lost to better teams for right now?
Golden State's 2-2.
Yeah.
Denver's 2-2.
Did you see the Golden State highlights?
Yeah.
You see that light skin coalition just really just going at each other? A light skin on light skin crime?
Yo, when Klay Thompson told D-Book, I got 4 of them motherfuckers. I ain't worried about you. Oh, man.
Yo, they say Devin Booker's trash talk is infamous.
Him and Joel are the best trash talkers.
They say that, but I think it got proven in that game because the minute that Klay got kicked out,
Klay ain't never been kicked out.
Never. The minute that Klay got kicked out,
right?
They lost the game. They immediately go down by 20. Like it was,
right.
It was kind of sad. I was like, wow.
And he was left standing. That was a Booker special.
Book's looking good, man.
I think that was Klay on the boat though. Like Klay was juiced up.
Think so?
Or high. It was Phoenix. He came in with that pack. He said it a lot. He's like, yo, I got 4 of these motherfuckers.
A little championship hangover.
I'm not trying to hear none of that. And then D-Book from, man, he was giving them buckets. He almost looked like light-skinned Kobe.
I mean, he's shooting like, 50% from the three-point line? That's super hot shooting. So, I mean, they'll continue. But overall,
who got a better mid-range right now than him?
Oh, mid-range?
Yeah.
Some mid-range boys in there.
Who's better? Yeah, no, like some people are getting in like, the mid-range is a lost art and they bring it back. But like,
B.I.'s mid-range is good.
Yeah, you're right. But he's copying off of KD because the other day when KD got going
KD's mid-range is great.
When he got going against Memphis, even though they lost, man, KD looked unstoppable. Maybe that's a personnel mismatch because Memphis really ain't got nobody who can, roll with a 7-footer who can pull up at the elbow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that mid-range, like, it was beautiful to watch.
Did a tear come to your eye?
I had like a basketball.
Don't say it.
What? What the fuck you thought I was gonna say?
I was going
like hangover. I was gonna say a basketball hangover. Okay. Like I was drunk off of he was hooping. And Ja, I'm not the biggest Ja fan, but man, like
Ja's nasty.
Ja is must see TV when he really gets downhill on teams. It's exciting.
And he plays exciting defense too.
Yeah, he's in the lane.
It's exciting to see him go for those blocks.
Yeah, he's in the lane and he's a chase down guy. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say for the NBA for this week? Any other reactions? Overreactions?
Fucking Mavericks. Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Fucking
It's a good overreaction.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about what's going on in the NFL. The old guys continue to have a hard time.
Yeah.
In the form of Brady and in the form of
Rogers.
Yeah, I think they're both 3-4 now.
So check this out. I think the gig is up on. I think the gig is actually up on the NFL and this whole high-powered pass attack. They done turned into like money ball as far as football, and they're like, "Yo, we're gonna drop 8, we'll drop 7. We're not gonna let you just throw this ball everywhere. You're gonna have to run this bitch. If you want to throw it, you're gonna have to dink and dunk us." Brady was 32 of 49 for 290 in a 21-3 loss.
What?
Yeah.
Gross. Ew.
And I'm not saying he got the biggest arm in the league, but that just kind of show you that was the fucking Panthers doing that. And the Panthers just really sat back and was like, "Yo, you have everything you want underneath." His average was 4.5 yards a pass.
Didn't the Panthers trade one of their best players?
Yeah, Chris McCaffrey is now 49.
So they traded with some of their best players, and they proceeded to drum Brady.
Drum him. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
With a little Baker Mayfield bus driver action. You know how that goes.
Wow.
You know how Baker get down. You know, he opened up those sliding doors.
So overall,
even what I saw against the Cowboys and the Lions, Dak coming back in, I don't know why people thought it was going to be like this air raid. It actually turned into Dak kind of like feeling his way out and getting into the dink and Dak of the NFC.
He'll do it.
And he'll do it, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But even a bad team like the Lions, even though they were on Hard Knocks, a bad team like them was actually on some, hey, you can have anything under. If you want to go up top, you got to be accurate.
Okay.
He's not.
Okay.
That's the new trend. If you're not Patrick Mahomes, that's the new trend. Because, I mean, he's a creative player.
Okay.
He's made in the lab. Baseball player.
So it sounds like NFL defenses have caught up to pretty much this whole air raid.
It's
throw 400 or 500 yards a game.
Right.
No longer Drew Brees.
Fuck, Matt Ryan's out the league. They done sat Matt Ryan in Indy. That's how bad he is.
Washed.
He's washed. He can't make the throws. And half of that is the defense. The defense is nowhere you want to go with the ball, and they sitting down on him. They're like, all right, make a perfect throw.
So do you think that the winner of this Super Bowl will be the team that
Can run the ball.
run the ball better? Or will it be more of some kind of weird thing like, I don't know, special teams, some shit like that?
They're going to have a mobile quarterback because there's no, like, how athletic motherfuckers are on the defensive side, there's no way you're going to be able to sit back and throw. You're going to have to move.
No more pocket passing.
No more pocket passing. Even like how Dak early on in his career had the bootleg to really get it popping. Like, that's a thing across the board now.
Okay.
You got to move your quarterback.
Do you know what they're playing next, Cowboys?
I don't.
Okay. No, I think they got a bye.
Yeah, they are going into the bye.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So we'll see how they look after the bye.
Right.
I'm going to change gears here for a little bit.
What you got?
So we talked a little bit about Black Adam at the top of the podcast.
Yeah.
Gave a little sports in the middle.
Yeah.
I'll go right back to pop culture. And got a little high D action for you.
Fantasy fiction action.
Sure.
I had to Google that shit to put it on the page. don't sure me, nigga.
Got a little high D season 1 reaction for you. If you're unfamiliar with how hot the hot D is, it is House of the Dragon. Season 1 has completed. It is a total of 10 episodes of Game of Thrones Full action.
Yeah, I was about to say
All right.
pre-throne action.
Yeah, and I gotta say, man, HBO has brought the spirit back.
Yeah, they did right.
It was a phenomenon every Sunday. If you wanted a great laugh, you could just go on to Twitter and see how engaged the audience was.
I cheated it. I never
Ryan
watched the show.
That's fine. You know, I know some people that like they really just enjoy the camaraderie of just other people watching it as opposed to the show itself. But the show is good. You have a couple notes, not for the show. You motherfuckers criticize the show. Listen, I've been hearing and seeing y'all and giving critiques about the fact that, oh, I think the season finale should have been like this. Oh, I wish that we would have went here. Listen,
I saw that all on Twitter this weekend.
listen,
Yo.
you're not writing the show, all right?
And you didn't even want this shit.
True story, by the way. I got a text from one of my friends saying, I'm gonna give him a little bit of weeds with you here. All right. So the show's called House of the Dragon. It's about a Targaryen family. They got dragons. They rule the country.
Because they have dragons.
There you go. They are in the capital. It's called King's Landing. And off to the right, their island that they first took over is called Dragon's Den. So that's really where the show is. Game of Thrones was about everybody in the continent, about the events that were going on. So it followed a lot of characters.
Yeah.
So you got to see what was going on in the north, what was going on in the east, west, south, central, all that, right?
Right.
This ain't that.
No.
Okay, this is the House of the Dragon. So I got a text saying, I wish that they would have told us what was going on in the north. Why? Why? It's called House of the Dragon.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about them wolves. All right, it's not House of the Wolves. It's not House of Stark. Listen,
Winter is not coming.
it's not happening. All right, we know when winter comes. We saw that show. All right,
Yeah.
it's happening a few hundred years from now.
All right.
We don't care. All right.
We're gonna show you how the dragon was won.
We about dragons, and we about the civil war that's about to pop off. Everything else don't matter, okay?
Yeah.
So, all you people out there critiquing about like, oh, I wish that we would have spent some more time with the younger actors and this and that. You want to go back to the glacial pace that was Game of Thrones? Listen, I love Game of Thrones. It's one of the greatest shows of our time. But I think we can all kind of come to a consensus and say a little bit of filler in those shows. Okay? Little filler.
A lot of filler.
Some of those episodes weren't always out of the park. Matter of fact, I can think of plenty of episodes early on where you can probably just take the first scene, a scene in the middle, and the last scene, which is a total maybe 15 minutes, and that's the whole show. Everything else was not really relevant.
You said 15 minutes.
I don't want that to be this show. I like the fact that they got to it. I don't like wasted scenes.
Right.
And this show did not have a lot of them, and that's hard to do. So keep that in mind next time you're saying you wanted to spend some more time with young Rhaenyra and you want all. Listen, because the actresses were good, I get it. But that's not what the show's about. The show is on a trajectory for dragons. And we got to get to these dragons, baby. All right?
Would you say it has a high replayability?
Yes, I do.
And that's because that's the tale of a good series.
Usually, you know what's actually ironic about this whole fall lineup, and I consider the big fall shows. So that'd be Game of Thrones, well, not Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Rings of Power, Andor popping right now. These shows have great rewatchability.
Right.
The latest episode of Andor came out today. I watched it twice.
Damn.
Is that good?
Damn.
Got Forrest Whitaker back, popping in his character. He's dominating scenes. You know I rewound that twice. He's great.
He's actor.
All right.
Right.
These writers in Hollywood now, they know what they're doing, man. And you trying to sit up here and say like trying to put yourself into the show, I get it, but to me that's not a valid critique. You want to critique the show, critique how they did it, not critique I would do it this way.
Yeah, that's not a critique.
That's a different thing.
That's criticizing.
That's more of an opinion.
Yeah.
And that's more of your preference.
Right.
You know? That's not a critique. Anyway, that's all I got, yo. House of Dragon, great show. Recommend everybody sees it. Besides that, I mean, the only thing else that's hot off the presses that we need to react to, Ant-Man trailer.
Oh, man.
Quantumania.
Man, I'm sweating because they have to get this right.
That's my Quantumania song.
Don't sing it anymore. So, we just talked about Wakanda. It drops first. That'll drop in November. Ant-Man Quantumanium in February of 23. I am stressed because, for one, the Marvel flaw that's been since the beginning of time, you get rid of all your good antagonists. Please. This man controls time and space and all of the the multiverses. He cannot be a 2-movie arc. Okay? I'm talking about Jonathan Majors being Kane the Conqueror.
Kane the Conqueror. Well, first of all, Jonathan Majors, we first saw him playing Kane in the season finale of Loki. And
he was so good.
To me,
he was so good.
His performance in that finale,
as he who is time,
gave that show the best finale out of all the Marvel shows, in my opinion.
Yeah, because for one, everybody was trying to call it, and then they popped it up on us.
It was completely different. And
he laid the groundwork. He was just like, yeah, I've been called several things. Me and my variants. What'd he say? A conqueror.
He who remains.
He who remains.
Yeah, he's got a lot of aliases.
Yeah. Man,
it looks good though.
I gotta go back and watch that. That was such a good.
It looks good.
Yeah.
And apparently that cut of the trailer,
and it doesn't have that comedic tone.
Well, apparently that cut of the trailer is not what people saw at D23. At D23 it was a lot more Kane.
No, it was.
And apparently he was a lot more menacing.
It was, yeah. Marvel does this with these previews. They'll show us something that ain't even in the movie.
Oh, so you think some of those stuff wasn't even?
They did it with Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Like a lot of those Doctor Strange previews wasn't in the movie, and I was looking for them, and I was just like, "You got me again." Oh, Feige, you pulled a fast one again.
Oh, you mentioned Feige.
Yeah.
Did you hear the good news about DC?
What's that?
They got a Feige.
Ooh,
it's James Gunn, baby.
Fingers crossed, because they got the properties. They got all the properties, man.
It's James Gunn.
And if they can do that right, that's exciting. But Quantumanium, it's going to be exciting to see. For one, why is Michelle Pfeiffer still hot?
Listen, the original Catwoman, sorry, not the original Catwoman, but the second Catwoman.
The better Catwoman.
Will always be hot. That's all I gotta say. All right, like when you get chosen to be Catwoman, like that means something.
She is recognizable from fucking Scarface.
Yeah,
like that's the same chick. Yeah. She just has old lady hair now.
That's it.
That's it.
She's got some grays on her,
Right.
And now she's playing, Grandma Ant Lady, Grandma Ant Wasp, And I think this is going to give Michelle Pfeiffer and who plays the original Ant-Man? Michael
Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
It's going to give them a little bit more time to flex, but I really want them to give Michelle more time to flex.
I mean, I like to see their interactions. Michael Douglas still got something in the tank.
It's But you're right, man. This is it's been a while since we had a great Marvel movie. We've had some good ones. We had some okay ones. In your opinion, we had a bad one. But overall, we can both agree that level of greatness from the previous phases have not been met.
No, not at all.
You know,
no
ever
word.
since Endgame after Endgame, like we haven't got that feeling.
And I understand we're in transit. All right, we couldn't go from one serious arc to the next. But after Strange opened up all of the spells in Spider-Man, No Way Home, and then in his own movie, he's like, yes, this is the multiverse. Like we know. I can't wait to see the actual home of the multiverse, the
Quantumania.
I am gonna cut this out.
Episode 3. Follow us on all socials. Facebook, Twitter,
No, man, you made it.
TikTok,
It's not.
Instagram, Vine. Is that still going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Catch us on anything. We'll be there. Even catch us on Google Plus.
Plenty of Fish, Google Circles, PlayStation Network.
Yeah. Xbox Game Pass. Steam. Discord.
Yeah, Steam. Discord.
Type it in.
Twitch.
We'll be there. Catch us on Twitch. We're not on Twitch.
Oh no, catch me on Twitch for real though, because when Sonic Frontier comes on, I'm playing.
You doing it?
All four. They say it's like 40 hours. You'll see me.
You on it.
All right.
We out.